Jayam Vishnu Kacharya Stottara Shata Shishriman, His Divine Grace, Bhai Chanavina Bhakti Vedanta Shantra Bhavada Ki, ISKCON BBT, Founder Acharya, Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ji Ki, Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam Ki, Go Permanente, all glorious assembly devotees, all glorious assembly devotees. All glories to assembly devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayana Namaskritya
Narayana Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Sarasatim Vyasam
Devim Sarasatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamuriraye Nasta Presha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhakti Bhagavati Naristiki Shringvatam Swakatha Krishna Unya Shravana Kirtana Ridanta Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunot Surit Satam Krishna Swadhamupagati Dharma Gyanadvisaha Kalonasta Dishamisha Puranarko Adunotaha Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, Verse 60. Title is Chanting the Song sung by Lord Shiva. Repeat after me. Yatridam Vyajyate Vishram. Wow. Yatridam Vijayate Vishram. Yatridam Vijayate Vishram. Vishwasmin Avabhati Yad. Vishwasmin Avabhati Yad. Vishwasmin Avabhati Yad. Tat Tvam Brahma Padam Jyoti. Tattvam Brahma Padam Jyoti. Tattvam Brahma Padam Jyoti. Akasham Iva Vistritam. Akasham Iva Vistritam. Akasham Iva Vistitram. Yatridam Vijayate Vishwam. Vishwasmin Avabhati Yat. Tattvam Brahma Padam Jyoti. Akasha iva vishtritam
Akasham iva vishtritam
Yatridam vijayate vishvam
Yatridam vayate vishvam
Vishwami navavatyat Tattvam brahma param jyoti
Tattvam brahma param jyoti
Akasham iva vishtritam
Akasham iva vishtritam
Devotees.
Yatridam vayate vishvam Yatridam vayate vishvam Vishvasmin navavatiyat Vishvasmin navavatiyat Tattvam brahma param jyoti
Tattvam brahma param jyoti
Akasham iva vishtritam
Akasham iva vishtritam
Yatridam vayate vishvam
Yatridam vijayate vishvam
Vishvasmin navavatiyat
Vishwasmin navabhatiyat
Tattvam brahma param jyoti
Tattvam brahma param jyoti
Akasham iva vishtritam
Akasham iva vishtritam. Word by word. Yatra, where? Idam, this. Vijayate, manifested. Vishvam, the universe. Vishwasmin, and the cosmic manifestation. Avabhati is manifested. Yat, tat, tat, that. Tvan, you. Brahma, the impersonal Brahman. Param, transcendental. Jyotihi, effulgence. Akasham, sky. Iva, like. Vishtritam, spirit. The translation from Sanskrit to English is like this. My dear Lord, the impersonal Brahman is spirit is everywhere, like the sunshine or the sky. Akasha. And that impersonal Brahman, which spreads throughout the universe and in which the entire universe is manifested, is you. Let's go repeat together. My dear Lord, the impersonal Brahman spreads everywhere.
The impersonal Brahman spreads everywhere.
Like the sunshine or the sky.
Like the sunshine or the sky.
Important to know, sky here is Akasha. Akasha means ether. And ether is one of 5 elements that's spread for whole universe. The space sidereal, yes, where the comets, planets, this is the space. It is not a void. This is have an element. This element is the ether or Akasha. What is the element that have more in our body? The element that more have in our body is Akasha, is ether. Inside of the bones, and the more space occupied in our body is Akasha, the ether. That is the element that more have in the universe. Because this is the important comparison with the Brahma Jyoti. And that impersonal Brahman, which spreads throughout the universe, and in which the entire universe is manifested, is you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In Vedic literature, it is said that everything is Brahman and nothing else. The whole cosmic manifestation rests on the Brahman effulgence. The impersonalists, however, cannot understand how such a huge cosmic manifestation can rest on person. Thus, this inconceivable power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not understood by the impersonalists. Therefore, they are puzzled and always deeming that the Absolute Truth is a person. This wrong impression is cleared by Lord Shiva himself, who says that the impersonal Brahman, which is spread all over the universe, is nothing but the Supreme Lord himself. Here it is clearly said that the Lord is spread everywhere, just like the sunshine, by virtue of his Brahman feature. This example is very easy to understand. All the planetary systems are resting upon the sunshine. Yet the sunshine and the source of sunshine are aloof from the planetary manifestations. Similarly, the sky or air is spread everywhere in this planet. Air is within a pot, but it also touches filthy places and sanctified places alike. In any case, the sky is uncontaminated. The sunshine also touches filthy places and sanctified places, and both are actually produced by the sun. But in any case, the sun is aloof from all filthy things. Similarly, the Lord exists everywhere. There are pious things and impious things, but in the Shastras, the pious things are described as the front of the Supreme Lord, whereas impious things are described as the back of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 4, the Lord clearly says, Mayantatam vidam sarvam jagata vyakta murtina matstani sarvani bhutani nachahante shavastitaha. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is perverted. All beings are in me, but I'm not in them. This verse of Bhagavad Gita explains that the Lord is spread everywhere by virtue of his Brahman feature. Everything rests in him, yet he is not there. The conclusion is that without Bhakti Yoga, without rendering devotional service to the Lord, even an impersonalist cannot understand the Brahman Tattva, the Brahman feature. In the Vedanta Sutra, it is stated, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. This means that Brahman, Paramatma or Parabrahman should be understood. In Srimad Bhagavatam also the Absolute Truth is described as the one without a second. But he is realized in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and the Supreme Person of Godhead. The verse that you quote in the last lectures. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate issue, and in this verse, Lord Shiva confirms that ultimately the Absolute Truth is a person. He clearly says, Tatvam Brahma Paraman Jyoti Akasham Iva Vishtritam. Here is a common example. A successful businessman may have many factories and offices, and everything rests on his order. If someone says that the entire business rests on such and such a person, it does not mean that the person is bearing all factories and offices on his head. Rather, it is understood that by his brain or his energetic expansion, the business is running without interruption. Similarly, it is the brain and energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that carry on the complete manifestation of the material and spiritual worlds. The philosophy of monism is plain here, very clear, adjusts itself to the fact that the supreme source of all energy is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. This is described very clearly. It is also stated how the impersonal feature of Krishna can be understood. Rasoham apsukantaya prabhasmi shashi suryaho Pranava Sarva Videshu Shabda Ke Poroshandashu. O son of Kunti, Arjuna, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and the ability in man. Bhagavad Gita chapter 7 verse 8. In this way, Krishna can be understood as the mystic power in everything. Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshun Vivitanjana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manodistan Staptan Yena Bhutale Swayamarupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pestai Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayane Nirveshesha Shrunavadi Pashtati Vishutayane Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Om Tatsat. Yatadam Vijatesh Vishwan Vishwaminavab Bhatyat Tatvam Brahma Paranjyotir Akashan Eva Vistritan. Mighty Lord, the impersonal Brahman spreads everywhere. Like the sunshine or the sky, and that impersonal Brahman which spreads throughout the universe and in which the entire universe is manifested is you. Hare Krishna. Good morning to everyone. Thanks for coming to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. And I will start with a translation by Chakravarti Thakur. The translation from Chakravarti Thakur for this verse is: the universe is manifested in you, and you are manifest within the universe. You are also the Brahman, the supreme light, spread everywhere like ether. Prabhupada is explaining purport about the air, but here in the Chakravarti Thakur we have the very the question about the Akashan. That the translation, the word Akashan is ether, the element ether. Okay, this verse is very interesting because playing about the Brahmajyoti or Brahman, the impersonal energy of Lord Krishna that is spread and maintaining, sustaining all things, all universe and plants. Just like John Lennon sang in the song I'm the Worlds from the album Mr. Magic Tour. I'm he, as you are he, as you are me, and we are all together. Everybody knows that the Beatles, especially in the 60 years, yes, are very interested in spirituality. Especially John Lennon and George Harrison, that was a Bhakta, yes, a Prabhupada devotee in your way, yes, in particular way. The Brahmajyoti, the corporeal effulgence of Krishna, is all pervading and spreads everywhere, and everything are inside him. In this sequence of verses, we can observe Lord Shiva, the greatest of all Vaishnavas, glorifying the process of bhakti. Yes, this started in 3 verses, previous 3 verses. the most efficient in purification and higher than all other processes of yoga. In verse 58, Lord Shiva said that such a process is the most auspicious and destructive of all defilements and sins, and therefore he earnestly desires association with devotees of Krishna in order to have unrestricted access to such a cause. This is very interesting because even Lord Shiva, being the grace of Vaishnava, yes, Vaishnava, Shambhu, but even this, he wanted the association with another devotees. Even the greatest of all Vaishnavas, in their great humility, yes, desire association with other devotees. This was verse 58. Verse 59 explains what are the effects or symptoms of one who has such bhakti. This is very important because many times in Bhagavad Gita, in Srimad Bhagavatam, the process of bhakti yoga is described in symptoms. Yes, how I can recognize a yogi? How can I recognize a pure devotee? How can I recognize a pretender? And because the Bhagavad and Bhagavad Gita work in a main frame of cause and effect, the symptoms, these give a characteristic, a feature very scientific of the Bhagavad and Bhagavad Gita. The symptoms of one who has such bhakti, pure devotion of Lord Krishna. Since he is attached to something perfect and complete, totally superior, such a devotee is no longer attracted to material things. Shaya vinavartante niraharasya dehina rasa varjan rasopyasya parandrishtva nivartante. Though the embodied soul may restrict from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense objects remains, but seizing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 59. After restraining the senses from their objects due to the purification that will take place in bhakti, the devotee gives up the lower pleasure of the material world. After a certain time in the stage of anartha-nivritti, where the devotee is clearing his consciousness from the influences of activities independent of Krishna committed over many lifetimes, he then reaches the stage of nishtha, he stays fixed in devotion, where he becomes more fixed and constant at the lotus feet of the Lord, and can begin to understand the total transcendence. And what is the total transcendence? Is the form of names, rupa, lila, and qualities of the Lord Shri Krishna. This is the summum bonum, the essence of the transcendence, the more intimate aspects of Lord Shri Krishna, guna, rupa, nama, lila. Because if you ask on the streets for the peoples, what is the spirituality? We heard many things, and this is a very important question, even these days, in the nowadays. But the perfect answer to this question is, what is the spirituality? Spirituality is names, forms, pastime, and qualities of Lord Shri Krishna. Today's verse comes to explain under the first transcendental aspect of the Lord, which is an intense light or brightness that spreads in all directions. This is a very Brahmajyoti is a very interesting question. When one are on the road, and we don't have more the sunshine, the sunlight, yes, is night, and all things, yes, everywhere is darkness. But when you approach of a city, yes, on the horizon we see a city. What you see first? The lights, yes? And you see the lights, what you feel? You feel, yes, hope, happiness, yes? Oh, we are arrived on the city. Or when we go to Fifth Avenue in New York, or in Piccadilly in London, have many lights. And these lights, what is the effect for us? These many lights are cause exciting in us. Yes, now in Christmas we have many lights in the Christmas tree, and all this. Light cause many excitation for us, for the jivas. Why? Because all lights, including the light of moon and the light of sun, is a reflex of the original light. What is the original light? The original light is the called Brahma Jyoti. That is a effulgence, is a shine that comes from the body of Lord Shri Krishna. Because the light is so exciting, because the lights, all lights in the universe, is a reflex of the original light, that is the Brahma Jyoti. Intense light or brightness that spreads in all directions and where all the different universe rest, such as aspect can be compared with the brightness of the sun. How we can understand the Brahma Jyoti with a nice example? In a sunshine day, when are you in your room and the sun coming for the windows, and if you see the light, what you see on the light? The dust. Yes, perfect. The particles, yes, very minute particles of dust. We can compare with the sunlight with the Brahma Jyoti, and the dust, the particle dust with the Brahmandas, with the universes. All the universes, material universes, are floating on Brahma Jyoti, because Brahma Jyoti is all pervading, is purpose in all places. But the universes are like a coconut. Yes, the universe is hold close. What this means? That inside of the universe is darkness, because the universe, inside this darkness, we need of the sun and we need of the moon. But outside of this material universe, of the Brahmandas, Brahmanda means Lord Brahma's egg, all things is shine, yes, and no need of light, electricity, or all this. But the Brahma Jyoti, in like a sense, are inside of the universe, like the Jivatmas. Jivatmas, in a certain sense, is Brahman. We are spiritual. But Krishna is the Param Brahman, and we are like a tiny Brahman, yes? Very, very diminished, very tiny. And Krishna is the Supreme Lord, is the Ishvara, and we are subordinated to Lord Shri Krishna. But in a certain sense, like the philosophy of Achinta Veda Veda Tattva, Krishna is Brahman, spiritual, and we are spiritual also, same essence. But Krishna is infinite, and we are infinitesimal, according to Madhvacharya. Krishna, as the Supreme Brahman, Param Brahma, is the original source of everything. As the first, He is also the original controller of all things, Ishvara Parama Krishna, like in Brahma Samhita. Therefore, all other things and beings are subordinated to him, Krishna. The Jivatma is also Brahman in essence, or fully spiritual, but in a small amount, which sends the spiritual souls to the eternal positions of servants, as explained by the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Jivira Swarupahai Krishnera Nitya Dasa. But the impersonalists do not understand this fact, even he being in the Vedas. Because to understand this fact, you need to practice the Bhakti Yoga process. If you think I'm God, I'm Brahman, you will never understand this point. This is a Vibhu. This is a Prabhupada quote. Vibhu. He is Vibhu. We are Anu. That is difference. Krishna is Vibhu, unlimited. We are limited. So we cannot be equal to Krishna. The Mayavada philosophy that there is no difference between Jiva and Bhagavan. There is sufficient difference. He is Vibhu. We are Anu. Anuchit, yes? Sparkling, very tiny. Anor, Anyan, Mahato, Mahyan. This is important verse because it came from Upanishads. The Mayavada philosophers, the followers of Shankaracharya, don't accept it, not accepted the Srimad Bhagavatam authority, but they accepted the authority of Upanishads. He is the greatest of the great, and he is the smallest also. So Krishna cannot be equal, or nobody can be equal to Krishna, or greater than Krishna. Krishna is asamordha. Nobody can be equal or greater than Krishna. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Everyone is below Krishna. That is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ara Saba Britya. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, chapter 5, verse 142. Only Krishna is the Supreme Master. Ekale Ishvara Krishna. According to the stupid Mayavada philosophy, everybody is the Master. Everybody is the Ishvara. Now, Shiva Virinchinutam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, chapter 5, verse 33. Even great demigods like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, they also subordinated to Krishna. They offer their obeisances to Krishna. And the quotation, Prabhupada's lecture, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter 2, verse 30, November 9, 1972, in Vrindavan. Is the Brahman aspect, even though it is a spiritual attainment, to be avoided at all costs by those who aim at pure devotional service? Yes. The Brahma Jyotis is an inferior thing, or one thing that is not necessary. No, according to Bhagavad Gita, the Brahma Jyoti have your right place in the evolutional process of Bhakti Yoga. The Brahman or Brahma Jyoti aspect is one of the stages of realization for those who are advancing in yoga. One of the rungs of the ladder of yoga, the yoga ladder, as Krishna confirms in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna judges which shape is superior, his effulgence or his personal form as Govinda. Open quote. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshiping me, with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect." Yes, for Krishna, that ones that worship the personal form is the superior. But impersonalists and personalists are what? Are transcendentalists, are not karmis or materialist persons. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perfection of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engage in the welfare of all at a last achieve me. This was Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, verses 2 to 4. The problem is not with the Brahman aspect, which is pure and transcendental, but with some transcendentalists who consider it the ultimate goal and source of everything, and belittle Lord Sri Krishna. Yes, the great mistake, the great wrong of the Mayavadis is that they think that I am Brahman, yes, because this is moved by a great selfish. The essence of Bhakti Yoga is the humility, yes. For we developed our bhakti, for we chanting the holy name, we need a very, very humble attitude. And when I think I am Brahman, I am the infinite, I am the Lord of all, I am Ishvara, this is moved by a contamination of selfish. Because the jiva don't have the pure jiva don't have the contamination of selfish. The jiva is naturally very, very humble. Like we see these characteristics, these features, and the behavior of Lord Sri Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, very, very humble, very, very humility. And they think that Lord Sri Krishna is a historic personality, like Napoleon Bonaparte, like Mahatma Gandhi, like like the historical persons. Sri Krishna is very advanced, yes, but he is very advanced because he realized the Brahman. Yes, because Krishna is realized the Brahman, he can speak the Bhagavad Gita. But he is Brahman, like the Jiva. Jiva came from Brahmajyoti, and the Jiva will come back to the Brahmajyoti. This is the Mayavad interpretation of the Vedas, the Vedanta, and this is very offensive. But what is wrong with Mayavadi or impersonalist philosophy? Quoting from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Vaishnava Prabhupada. They want to be worshipped as God by others. Such persons do not accept the philosophies of the Vaishnavacharyas, which are known as Shuddhadvaita, purified monism, Shuddhadvaita, purified dualism, Vishishtadvaita, specific monism, Dvaita, Advaita, monism and dualism, and Achinta Veda Veda Tattva, inconceivable oneness and difference. Mayavadis do not discuss these philosophies, for they are firmly convinced of their own philosophy of Kevala Dvaita, exclusive monism. Accepting the system of philosophy as the pure understanding of the Vedanta Sutra, they believe that Krishna has a body made of material elements, and that the activities of love and service to Krishna are sentimentality. Yes, for peoples from the low peoples, yes, the common peoples. They consider such devotional service to be an aspect of fruitive activities. Yes, devotees eat, devotees can marry and make many other activities. This is karma kara. This is our fruitive persons. According to their view, bhakti consists of mental speculation or sometimes meditation. This is the difference between the Mayavada and Vaishnava philosophies. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, chapter 7, verse 101, purport. In other words, avajananti man mudha manushim tanum ashritam. Fools fools dared me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 11. But Krishna himself declared, this is the conclusion of the lecture today. Brahmano hi pratishtaham amritasya vyasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasya ikantikasya cha. And I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse 27. Hiramayena patrena satyasi pihitan mukham tatam pusham apavarino satya dharmaya drishtaye. O my Lord, sustainer of all that lives, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. And the devotees can see every day the face of the Lord, yeah, in the form of deities. And for Mayavadi, the deities is only a aspect of Brahman, yes, to facilitate persons to meditate in Brahman. Brahman don't have form, but you have deities. But the deities is aspect to easily meditation, to facilitate meditation. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. This verse from Ishopanishad, verse 15. It's very interesting because why Srila Prabhupada did the question of translating the Ishopanishad, one Upanishad. If the conclusion of Upanishads in Vedanta Sutra, that is the more deep philosophy in the Vedas, why Prabhupada translated the Upanishads if the conclusion of the Upanishads is the Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary of the Vedanta Sutra and Upanishads. Because these Upanishads have a very, very devotional characteristic. Because Bhakti is the conclusion, is the Siddhanta of the Vedas, naturally Bhakti are spread in Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra also. In original Vedas also, Samari, Atharva, Yajur Vedas. The question is the Mayavadi philosophers, the followers of Shankaracharya, don't accept the Srimad Bhagavatam, don't accept the Puranas, don't accept the Brahma Samhita. For us, this is the 50th Veda, yes? This is the Smriti, this is commentary, the explanation of the Vedas. But they not accept it. This is only history, this is for lower peoples, yes? But we are Brahmanas. We study the Vedanta Sutra, study the Ishopanishad, the Upanishads. And have 10 main Upanishads that the Mayavadi studies. And Ishopanishad is one of these. Prabhupada, and of course the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Bhaktisiddhanta, is very intelligent because how can I destroy an adversary, an enemy, if he not accept the same weapons? You need fighting with the same weapons with him, yes? For example, in a battle, if I am in a quadriga, it's the same word? The car of Arjuna. What is the name? Chariot. But in Sanskrit, because quadro, in Portuguese is quadriga. Like in Italy, we have a biga, yes, because there are 2 horses, and the quadriga have 4 or 5 horses. Anyway, think in the chariot, if one fighter are in the chariot, and another fighter is walking on, yes, don't have a chariot. What happens? the warrior in chariot down to fight, yes, in the same position. The same thing, if the Mayavadis don't accept the Puranas, we need give verses from Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra to defeat them. And because this Prabhupada translated the Ishvanishad to confirm that the Bhakti Yoga process are in evidence in Upanishads, in Shruti Shastras also. It's very important. Okay, I'm finished here. We have 10 minutes to commentaries or questions.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. You said that we should, as Vaishnavas, become very humble and not to think that we are Ishvara, like the Mayavadis. I was meditating a little bit about this question, how to fully surrender to the spiritual master.
Mm-hmm.
Is it also if I say, oh, I just want to do what I decide, is that a little bit this Ishvara mood?
Mm.
Or shall we let the Guru decide?
When I decide serve Guru, serve Krishna, serve Guru through Krishna, if this is moved by selfish.
Yeah, because some devotees, they are saying we should decide everything ourselves. We should not ask the Guru. We should make own decisions.
If I understand, the relationship with Guru is eternal. Yes? Because the relationship with Krishna is eternal to Jiva. Yes? The Jiva is part and parcel of Krishna. Like explained in chapter 15, verse 15 of Bhagavad Gita. Verse 7, sorry. We are part and parcel in Krishna, but now we want to be by illusionary thinking, we think that we are independent of Krishna or we don't have a relationship with Krishna. But this not exist. We have an eternal relationship with Krishna. For take this again, for connect this again, we need of a representative of Krishna, that is Guru. Yes, Krishna himself in this world, yes. The Guru is a representative of Krishna, not is Krishna, but is a representative. Guru is via medium, that connect us in contact with material world, covered by Maya. In Krishna, that is totally pure, totally spiritual. Guru is pure, but for your mercy, for your compassion, he came here to liberate the spiritual soul, the jiva condition. The point that this is not whimsically decision, because in the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Brahmanda Pramite Kona Bhagavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasad Pai Bhaktilata Vidya. All things are about the supervision. All things are under the Krishna's control. Krishna created this relation in between Guru, disciple, and he himself. Many lives we are search and think, yes, what is the truth, what is the source of all, yes, like in Krishna's plan in verse 20 of chapter 7 Bhagavad Gita. After many births, borns, the jiva have the knowledge and surrender to Krishna. Many lives we approach of persons with knowledge, but how more we are purification, life after life, we are stay more mature, and we are when we are listening, ready to this relationship. Krishna send a bona fide guru. This is not a whimsically of the spiritual soul. This is the plan of Krishna. This is a arrangement of Krishna. Krishna wanted too much that us spiritual souls, jivatmas, that are like kids, like sons, yes, sons that run away of the house. Krishna wants to rescue, this is the word, rescue the jivas. This is the desire of Krishna, that the jivas come back to the spiritual world, come back to your company. Like a father, a good father, if the sons, daughters or son go out and run away, the father wants that the kids come back, and they make arrangements. Yes, he'll put an announcement in the newspapers. He called the police. He make strategies to rescue your kids again. The same things. This is a reflection of the desire of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna wants that we come back to him, to the spiritual world, for our home, the real home, and because this he sent the spiritual master. Not his whimsically. Sometimes members of ISKCON or members of institution choose a guru by sentimentalism or emotional, yes, but these are in control of Krishna. If the guru not is capacity to liberate the devotee is in this life, in the next life the Krishna send guru, bona fide guru. This depends of the advance of the devotees. When the devotees are ready, Krishna will send the appropriate guru. But if we are immature, we have many desires. If we want to be cheated by the material world, by Maya, Krishna make the arrangements to this happen.
And what would you say when we have guru, when we have chosen guru, we have bona fide guru, and then some devotees they are saying, I decide myself, and some they are asking everything to the guru. What is right to ask and what is not right to ask?
I think that the more appropriate word is I accept the guru. Yes, Krishna sent the guru and I accept him. Yes. But even if we have material motivations, the process of bhakti is so powerful that we will purify this. The great example is Dhruva Maharaj. Yes, Dhruva Maharaj have a fruitive mentality. Yes, I want a kingdom more big, more great than my grandfather. It is material motivation. Yes. A kingdom like Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. This is material side. But after he accept his guru, your mother, yes, the instructions of your mother, he go to the forest, meditating in Vishnu, and because of the powerful of Bhakti Yoga, your heart to purify. Yes, we don't we don't need to worry about our contaminations. We need to stay worried about in stay together with the devotees and do the process, because this is the remedy. We have contaminations. I'm happy, but this contamination is not is more strong than the Bhakti Yoga process. The Bhakti Yoga process is very efficient to remove all our contaminations. The great secret is keeping online, yes, keeping doing the Bhakti Yoga process, keeping chanting the mantra, keeping association with devotees. That's right.
It's fine, but it's not exactly what I asked, because
Mm.
yeah.
Perhaps I can say something to that. And then Chanda, also there was also this question. Yeah, this question was also in the class of Chaitanya Chandra, and he was saying that Guru is very happy when he can help the devotees to serve Krishna. So when we asking questions to improve our service, then Guru is very happy. But when we are coming with questions more like garbage, when we bring our garbage to Guru, then it's not so nice. So it's also depending of the question, what is our intention to ask. It's the intention, I need help to do my service, that I can serve Krishna nicely, and Guru is very happy when he can help you.
Better? Okay. Any commentary more? If no, we finish here.
I want to say thank you for your example with small dusts, because it's very understandable for me now. Maybe
This is a Prabhupada example.
yeah, and you told this example because it's very simple to explain that some of the dust can think that it is sunshine, because from the other side I can see many dusts like sunshine, but it is wrong. And Mayavadi can say that all is God and all things is a part of
Always the same.
body, of God, but it is wrong.
The difference, the philosophy Mayavadi is always the same. One Jeev supreme, one supreme soul, yes, but always spiritual. But in Vaishnava explanation, God is superior, and the Jiva is very, very tiny. And we have a relation of serving, yes. In Mayavadi philosophy, no, I'm God, don't necessarily service. I think that was very nice in your first explanation, because the absolute truth is so easy to understand the Jiva that one kid can understand, yes, if he is explained very properly. One kid can understand the philosophy of the soul, yes, because this knowledge are in the Jiva, not is outside. When the knowledge is too much complicated, prolix, the people that explain don't know the absolute truth. But when people know absolute truth, your explanations is very easy for, like a kid, understand about this. Okay? Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Go Pramanande.